Hi, I'm Steve Turner, Field Representative for the ministry in Brazil. In this video is video number 1 for your short-term training. In this video, we will have an overview of your trip, items you will need to know to get there and to plan a successful trip. There are actually 11 items we will go over. The first thing you need to do is choose a team leader for your trip. If you have not chosen a team leader, you will need to do that. The team leader will be responsible for helping you get airline tickets, filling out all forms that need to be filled out, handouts, you'll need to pass those out, and also in Brazil, the team leader will be responsible to do your daily devotion. So please stop this video now and choose a team leader if you have not done so. Wonderful. You have taken the first step to being a unified team that God can use in the country of Brazil. Leaders, you are already responsible to hand out the handouts for today's lesson. The next step for you as a team is to fill out the application listed on the handout. You will need one pastoral reference and one personal reference for this application. You will need a passport and a Brazilian visa to go on this trip. If you do not have a passport, then immediately tomorrow, go to your local post office and apply for your passport. This is very important because the passports take about 3 weeks or more sometimes to get to you. The Brazilian visa will be taken care of 60 days out from your trip date. The cost of the trip is plane tickets plus ground cost. The plane tickets vary by city, so your team leader will let you know what your plane tickets cost. The ground cost is on the handout. This covers your food, lodging, transportation, and one meal we have at the Brazilian Steakhouse. See the cost breakdown for more information about this trip. Your extra cost in Brazil will be drinks that you might want to purchase in the evening or during the daytime. Also, any meals you might want to purchase at night when you're downtown. Souvenirs that you will want to bring back to your friends and supporters for this trip. Snacks that you might want to buy at night. In Brazil, change your U.S. money to Brazilian currency. You do not have to worry about that in the United States. We will do this in Brazil. Usually, $100 U.S. money takes care of most expenses in Brazil, those extra expenses we just talked about. So do not worry about changing U.S. money to Brazil currency. We will take care of that when you get to Brazil. You will need a plane ticket before you can apply for your Brazilian visa. We recommend that your plane ticket is from your city to Miami and then from Miami to Recife, direct flight on American Airlines. The code for Recife is REC. You will need that when you go to apply and get a ticket. So again, we recommend that you fly directly out of Miami to Recife, Brazil. Again, the code is REC. That's the best and easiest way to fly. Currently, it is American Airlines or U.S. Air flies that route. Your leader will be able to talk to your church about fundraising and what your church's mission statement as far as fundraising is concerned. So your leader, talk to them, have the leader talk to the church, and find out what you can do for fundraising for your trip. All monies for ground transportation needs to be turned into World Renewal International, P.O. Box 399, Greenfield, Indiana, 46140. If you are raising personal money for the trip, make sure that your supporters for your trip put your name and a note in with the check so you can be credited for that money. Don't hesitate to contact me if you have any problems. My phone number is 317-840-1270. Also, you can contact me by email, WRIBrazil, BRAZIL, @gmail.com. Be sure to put Brazil in the subject line when you're asking me any questions about the short-term trips. This information is also on your handout, so you'll have it handy. There are 2 forms that you will need to fill out and turn back into your leader. One of those is a relationship form on the trip. This is guys and gals relationship form. Please read this over, sign it, and turn it back in to your team leader. The other one is the personal liability form. Please fill this out and turn it back to your leader. Make sure on the personal liability form that you fill out any personal and information pertaining to health and anything pertaining to food allergies. Please make sure this is also put on the form, and your team leader will send this back to the headquarters. American Airlines allows you to take 2 70-pound bags and 2 carry-ons free of charge. One of those checked 70-pound bags is for you to use for your personal supplies while you're in Brazil. Clothes, toiletries, those kind of things. One of those bags, those 70-pound bags, is used for the ministry. We will pack those bags for you and get those bags to you. What we want you to do is to look in those bags, make sure you know what is in those bags, because you might get asked that at customs, what are you carrying in? Remember, you are a tourist, so when you fill out the Brazilian visa, you fill it out as a tourist. You're not going as a missionary or a short-term trip. You are going as a tourist. So make sure that you understand that. Your Brazilian visa, again, we said that will be a separate handout, and that is done 60 days from the day you leave. I should also say that if you have a passport now, make sure that your passport has 6 months, that's 6 months left on it from the time you come back from your trip. If it does not have 6 months left on it from the time you come back from your trip, then you will need a new passport. During these 4 training videos that you will be viewing, we hope that this will help you have a better understanding about Brazil, a better understanding of what you will be doing, so that you can pray better for the ministry of Brazil and for your trip. Your team leader needs to set up 4 different times for you to have training videos when you go to Brazil, and 2 times to come back, what we call re-entry videos. Last but not least, we want you to pray. Pray for this ministry. Pray for your flight, that you might have a safe flight. Pray that all bags will arrive in Brazil safely and sound. Pray for open hearts for people in Brazil. Pray also that God will speak to you about what your responsibility is as far as your walk with Jesus. And also pray about what it is that God wants you to learn why you're in Brazil and what it is that He wants you to do after you come back from Brazil. We want to thank you again for going to Brazil and being a part of our ministry. Thank you so much. Have a great trip, and we'll look forward to talking to you in the next video. Thank you.